Yo, what's going on, everybody? GZTV here, back with another video. We have 3 more videos before I have to head back to college. I know the old setup looks a lot better than my dorm setup, but we are here with J. Cole's For Your Eyes Only. He is a headliner at Lollapalooza. I figured I'd go back and look at his For Your Eyes Only album. I'm thinking Born Center is definitely, I don't know if that's the album name, but that's definitely an album I want to check out of his and some of his like sports themed albums. But anyways, For Your Eyes Only is the is the 4th studio album by J. Cole. The album unexpectedly made it to iTunes for pre-order on December 1st, 2016. The project would be officially released December 9th, 2016, the 2-year anniversary of the release of Cole's multi-platinum album 2014 Forest Hills Drive. The album's title references the classic rap album All Eyez on Me by Tupac. Both albums mark each respective artist's 4th studio album. The album tells the story of Cole's slain friend given the pseudonym James McMillan Jr. as he goes from selling crack to falling in love and starting a family. Following James' death on Change, the title or final track reveals that almost the entire album is a tape made by Tony James to tell his story to his daughter after he's gone. On January 11, 2017, For Your Eyes Only was certified gold by RIAA. On April 7, 2017, the album was officially certified platinum for the second time with no credited features. First song is called For Whom the Bell Tolls. As Cole did with his previous album 2014 Forest Hills Drive, he begins For Your Eyes Only with a melodic, slow-jammed introduction. Unlike intro, though, For Whom the Bell Tolls touches on feelings of hopelessness and having nowhere to go. At one point, James, whose perspective this album's story is told from, even contemplates suicide. Ain't no way to live, do I want to die. The title references Ernest Hemingway's 1940 novel For Whom the Bell Tolls. It tells the story of Robert Jordan, a young American engaged in guerrilla warfare during the Spanish Civil War. As a dynamiter, he is assigned to blow up a bridge during an attack. The novel centers on the idea of death and suicide, both of which James explores in these lyrics. I have no one, I'm lonely, my bridges have burnt down. Hemingway got the title from Meditation 17, a 1642 poem by metaphysical poet John Donne. The line he quotes from reads, and therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. Next track is Immortal. On Immortal, Cole examines the gravity of death both from his friend's perspective as a drug dealer and from his own as an artist. The next song is... Jesus, I hate Genius. Next is Deja Vu. On Deja Vu, Cole raps from the perspective of his deceased friend James McMillan Jr., who imagines a conversation with a woman about the kind of men she gravitates towards. He believes that he can unseat these guys if she would only give him, a small-town guy from the streets, a chance. After the song was released, controversy sprung up surrounding its production because the beat sounded eerily similar to Bryson Tiller's 2015 hit Exchange. In an interview with Billboard, Dreamville president Ibrahim Ahmad confirmed that this song was actually recorded for Cole's previous album, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, meaning it was produced before the Exchange beat. The song was also J. Cole's highest charting song until 2019's Middle Child. This song could potentially be a part 2 for J. Cole's Dreams, featuring Brandon Hines from the Warm Up mixtape. The next song is Ville Mentality. Ville Mentality focuses on the perils of fame that Cole has experienced. He reiterates his feelings about choosing an early retirement from the rap game. Cole originally used the term Ville Mentality on his 2013 song Can I Holla At Ya? He also brought up the term Fayetteville Mentality in his documentary 2014 Forest Hills Drive Homecoming, describing it as the belief that opportunity was not present in his small town. Next is She's Mine Part 1. I love this series of songs. On She's Mine Part 1, Cole raps from the POV of his late friend James McMillan Jr. While the narrative focuses primarily on McMillan, Cole draws inspiration from his own experiences and parallels McMillan's story to his upbringing in Fayetteville. The back and forth voices in the outro seem to be Cole's way of intertwining his and James' story about finding love. Next song is Change, one of the most important songs on the album. On Change, Cole reflects on the maturation of his understanding of the cycle of violence and crime in struggling black communities and details the murder of his friend James McMillan Jr. The song title is to play on a double meaning of change, the first change through actions and the second change in POV or narration. Next is Neighbors. The neighbors think I'm selling dope, very catchy. Neighbors draws inspiration from an incident on March 18, 2016, involving the house Cole rented, nicknamed Shelter, in North Carolina to use as a studio. The house was raided by SWAT team members after complaints from neighbors who assumed the house was being used to produce and sell drugs. No narcotics were found. The story was originally told by Dreamville's Elite, a producer credited multiple times in For Your Eyes Only. When he spoke with Complex to confirm that most of For Your Eyes Only is not from Cole's perspective, but Neighbors, on the other hand, is. This beat is actually the instrumental of his 2013 track Forbidden Fruit, played in reverse. He revealed it during a concert in Anaheim, California. Moving on to Folding Clothes. Interesting title of a song, although it kind of flopped in the grand scheme of things. Following the emotionally vulnerable She's Mine Part 1, Cole once again makes reference to his wife, childhood sweetheart Melissa Holt. With Melissa 9 months pregnant carrying their daughter, Cole offers her support at the time, by the way, which I'm speaking the present tense because I'm taking you guys back to the year this album came out. Cole offers her support with the small things that go a long way, like doing laundry, folding clothes. She's Mine Part 2. J. Cole's two-part Sweet She's Mine, featured on his fourth studio album, 4 Years Only, are two of the most personal songs he has written up to this point in his career. The first part is dedicated to his wife, while the second part is dedicated to his newborn daughter, a child first discovered by his fans through certain tracks of his. Cole delves into the responsibilities of fatherhood here, and as he describes a scene of hovering over his daughter and looking into her bright eyes, he finds himself overcome by a strange feeling of hope. Children are definitely a beacon of hope in this world. He definitely shows that on this record. For Your Eyes Only, the final track. For Your Eyes Only serves as a message to Cole's newborn daughter and recounts memories for the daughter of a childhood friend. This person is most likely James McMillan Jr., a friend who Cole speaks of throughout the album. Cole first recounts the life story of his friend who fell to the temptations of the world and later shares his own attempts to stay on the path of righteousness. His last verse reveals the whole album is actually about his friend's life and not his own. Though Cole's life is parallels like falling in love and having a child, Cole got out of the streets, but his friend did not rest in peace. To whatever his name is, obviously Cole, for privacy reasons and out of respect, didn't want to share the actual name of his friend. I don't know if his friend would have wanted that or not, so he just played it safe and didn't give his real name. For Your Eyes Only plunges deep into J. Cole's soul. You can clearly hear it in his voice, pleading, testifying, on the verge of cracking. At center stage with no featured guest, the North Carolina rapper speaks out on social ills, black lives, and doing the right thing in a world of wrong. The music is settled, filled with jazz touches and strings, allowing the words to become the focus. Neighbors and chains examine imbalances and tension affecting communities of color. Folding Clothes shows that even benign acts can be a source of joy. The two-part Sweet She's Mine can be the most important songs he's written as Cole finds himself overcome by a strange feeling of hope. Genius definitely copied a little bit of Apple Music, or maybe Apple copied Genius. I don't know. I feel like Apple Music is a bigger company. But my thoughts on the album, I have about 2.5 minutes to talk about this album. Then we're going to get into some college basketball. Then we're going to listen to the new Chance the Rapper song, and that's going to be it probably for the rest of the day. I might stream Fortnite with the boys later. I'm not really sure. But anyways, this album is pretty damn good. I really, really enjoyed this thing. I think it was pretty fantastic. J. Cole did a great job on this record. Yeah, there's just a lot to uncover. I think I've listened to this. I've definitely listened to this whole album pretty much before this. I just never got the chance to make a YouTube video about it. I don't think I made a YouTube video anyways. If I did in the past, I've made so many videos at this point, I'm kind of losing track. But I'm going through all the Lollapalooza headliners, and each person I've heard of before, I'm going to react to an album on my channel. Not react, review. I'm more of a review guy now. So, like, if we look at the Lollapalooza set list, we're doing rock music too, don't worry. We're doing Green Day, we're doing... Yeah, I mean, we started with Nirvana, and I think I'm pretty comfortable, and I can dive even further. I'll just give you guys the album that I'm thinking about doing for next weekend. We're going to do a Metallica album next weekend. I think that would be really good. I mean, what's their best album here? I'm not even sure. I'm not a big Metallica fan, but J. Cole's album was fantastic. For Your Eyes Only. I'm not sure if he's going to play much of the songs in the concert. We're probably going to listen to their self-titled Metallica. Yeah, we'll probably just listen to that album. Just straight metal. It's an hour, 3 minutes of, it's 12 tracks. We'll probably listen to that next weekend, and I'll give you guys a nice little review like I did to this one. I don't know if you guys, does this suffice? I'm not even sure. I mean, I tried my best. There's not really a whole lot to say. It's a great album. His flows are great. He's got great rhyme schemes on here. He talks about meaningful things. R.I.P. his friend. It had a motive behind it, and he does sound motivated. He always sounds motivated. That's nothing new with J. Cole. J. Cole's always a motivated artist. He's always, like, I gotta punch these guys in the mouth while I'm in the game, and while I have my flowers, I'm just gonna take them and run with them and make sure that no one can touch my music. But anyways, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I got 2 more about 5-minute videos to do for the rest of the day. Today's college basketball was boring, so we're probably just gonna skim over that real quick before we talk about, or before we listen to Chance the Rapper's new song. I'm really excited for Chance the Rapper's new song. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If the J. Cole fans, you guys better not attack me if I didn't bring the supplemental amount of reviewing. I don't know.